Good day, everyone. What's up? Pardon my appearance. I look really terrible today, actually. How is everyone?
Flowers are a thought, a connection.
Don't you just hate ads on YouTube?
Flowers are a hello, thinking of you, a happy birthday.
Literally nothing worse. It's another manic Monday. Okay, guys. I just want to say hello. First of all, I hope you're all doing very, very well. Uh, I understand there's like two people in the live stream right now. I know there's not a lot, but it's whatever. I don't ever expect a lot, but these live streams are just fun to do because I can just talk and no one can reply. So it's almost like I'm talking to myself, but like not really. Saying that I'm not, because if you guys ask me questions, then I'm going to respond, obviously. So let me know how you all are doing. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm here before you start. It's basically a family live stream at the moment. Got my little brother in, my nephew. How are you doing, lads? He's all right. So as you guys can see by the title of this live stream, I'm going to be talking about cinnamon, uh, the note of cinnamon. It's I happen to love the note of cinnamon. I would love to know what you guys think of it, though, personally. A lot of people associate the smell of cinnamon with Christmas time, although personally, I think I think it's definitely more all year round. It can be more in any setting. I think because there's so many types of cinnamon, and I think it takes a lot of blending and whatnot. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys enjoy the note? Because through looking at my collection, I've got a lot of cinnamon scents. And looking, younger, basically collecting fragrance. I never really took into the account of actual notes and discovering actual smells. Hey Jack, what's up, buddy? Missed you too, man. Sorry about the long pause, guys. I'm just reading comments here. Jorge Santa Cruz, hello. How are you, my friend? To me, it's based on Christmas, like the smell. Yeah, I mean that's what a lot of people would say, wouldn't they? Like when they talk about cinnamon, they immediately talk about Christmas, and it makes sense because it's a well known spice that's used around cooking and whatnot, But cinnamon is a very complex note. It's not just you know to me it's not as complex as say an apple or something. You know what I mean? A cinnamon note is a lot more complex, and I've actually got a lot of cinnamon fragrances here uh, that that are here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys some of the cinnamon fragrances that I've got, and they're just fantastic, basically. Jorge Santa Cruz. I enjoy the cinnamon note in any time of year. It depends. Hope you are. Yeah. We're doing really, really good. Well, we're getting by. Obviously, this quarantine, I think, is really affecting everyone in the world right now. Like, everyone's pissed off, but it's nice to see everyone getting on with it and trying to do things that. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to go out and get sick. You know what I mean? I'm only going to go out unless I really have to. Because I'm obviously a carer for my nana, so when it comes to say my nana, there are a few risks involved, obviously, but like I think what it's about is it's just about staying safe and making sure that you guys can you know continue to make everybody else safe as well. Because it's a strange cycle, this one, isn't it? It's like we have to remain indoors and isolate from one another to keep everyone alive. It's very strange. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm so sorry, guys. We're talking about cinnamon, and I'm talking about the fucking virus. And it's crazy. Hi, I like cinnamon at any time. Who doesn't, little brother? Who doesn't? As a matter of fact, I hate cinnamon at first, but I've grown fond of it. Yeah. I was very funny with it as well, but I don't know what it is. I just love the smell of it now. I'm not going to describe how it smells yet. I'm going to let the fragrances do that. Hey man, how's it going? Cheese from Italy. Oh, fantastic. Respect to Italy. That's what I'm going to say. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys some fragrances here. The first one I'm going to show you is this is probably the one fragrance that I fell in love with because of this note, because of the smell of cinnamon, and it's this one. This dates from 1992. This is it's a technically vintage because this is a 1992 bottle, because it's very hard to find. It's discontinued, sadly, but you can find it. You know what I mean. You can still find it online for reasonably priced prices, and it's called Witness by Jacques Bogart. Classic fragrance, but amazing juice. Like, it's really good stuff. It's no doubt it's in that field of what people would like to consider, retro powerhouse old school fragrances. I mean, it's only in that vein because it did come from 1992, but in terms of the smell, I think it's really timeless. It's got like a dusty, woody, cinnamon bark kind of smell to it. It doesn't smell like your typical sweet, cinnamon, candied cinnamon. It's not like that. This is a dusty, woody cinnamon, and it just smells really good. I mean, Bogart, a hit and miss. Some people slate it for being like this cheap house, but I think the quality, I really do think they're an amazing house. Yeah, they might have a few fragrances that are a bit hit and miss now. Like, I've noticed they have a fragrance called what's it called? Club 75, I think it's called. I haven't checked that one out. I've heard good things about it. I haven't checked it out. But there's a new one that has been released called Santana Bay. That one looks a bit uninteresting. I found it on Fragrantica, and there wasn't really a lot of reviews for it, but I don't know. It doesn't look as interesting as a lot of other Bogart's releases. Because a lot of Bogart's releases are just brilliant. You know what I mean? From the whole One Man Show range to the Silver Scent range, they're just fantastic. They're really good. David Torres. Calvin Harm has a nice cinnamon note. It does indeed. It does. And do you know what's crazy? That's one of the fragrances I forgot to put on here. It's literally there on my shelf, and I forgot to put it here. So thanks, David. Appreciate that, my man. Jorge Santa Cruz, great house, Bogart. Yeah, they really are, man. I mean, I have a big appreciation for them because they're very inexpensive, and they produce good quality fragrances, in my opinion. I mean, they're not up there with Amouage or Creed. I mean, I don't think any company really is in terms of their lasting power and quality of oils and whatnot. But yeah, I think Bogart do really good for creating fragrances that get away from that generic type of smell. Do you know what I mean? They like to mess around with notes and create more obscure smells, and that's what I like. Because if I smell a new Bogart fragrance, there's a chance it's going to wow me. And especially, I'm trying to think which fragrance really blew me. Well, this one blew me away, no doubt about it. Just because of the uniqueness of that cinnamon and the cinnamon. It also has a pine note in here as well, but it's not dominant on the pine. It's really good juice. I'm running low on this stuff. It's amazing stuff. Like half a bottle. So I'm not really running low, but it's not too bad. I just can't stop smelling it. It's really good stuff. Again, Bogart, I could talk all day about Bogart. I'm not going to. because again they are so hit and miss. A lot of people don't like them, but a lot of people do. I'll probably do another live stream in the future talking about the House of Bogart, but let's continue this path on cinnamon, okay? Yeah, dry cinnamon leaf. That's what this one's all about, guys. It's cinnamon leaf. It's fantastic. Emily Jane, how you doing? How you doing, Henny? Hey, loving the wallpaper. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yes, guys, my room has had a makeover. It's been needed. Definitely looks better. Like it's needed. It's needed, without a doubt. So thank you, Emily. Appreciate that. The fragrance that changed my mind about cinnamon is Windsor from English Laundry. So yeah, I've heard a lot of things about Windsor Pour On. I've heard that it's a little bit like Burberry London. I've heard that it's a really good cinnamon-based scent, but I haven't looked into English Laundry because they're so hard to find here in the UK, which is very strange considering they're called English Laundry. But yeah, I've looked everywhere. I might be able to find them. I mean, it's probably just me, because I look a lot on eBay, so that's probably an eBay and Amazon. I don't really go on Fragrance X or Fragrance Direct or anything like that. If that's what they're called. I don't really use them because because the prices can vary, whereas on eBay they're a bit better. And I know good sellers on there as well, so I tend to just stick to what I know. So yeah, I would love to get my hands on a bottle of Windsor Pour On. Maybe I will someday. I love vintage fragrances, man. I don't connect with the mainstream wave. Yeah, I'm slowly getting into it. I'm slowly, discovering new fragrances nowadays that are actually okay. So, yeah, my mind was very different back in the day. I used to think, yeah, like everything today smells the same, and there's a lot of competition. And then I realized one day, yeah, it's always been the same. Even in the 80s and 70s, there were fragrances competing, but it was more of a underground, more. It was I can't describe it. Fragrances back then to me seemed more of a fairy tale. If that's even the right word for it. Like it seems like a time where fragrances were just free and companies could release any smell they wanted to, regardless of uh of crowd. That's what I think. In 80s, 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, man, those are the decades to go for if you're into fragrance, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, there are certain fragrances nowadays that I really like that were released nowadays, so it's not so bad. So, but you just have to appreciate everything for what they are. You know what I mean? Like saying that in the 70s and 80s and 90s, there were a lot of fragrances that smelled similar to one another. So saying that when Kouros was released in 1981, there wasn't exactly a lot of companies making like clones to it and bringing out fragrances to compete against Kouros. That didn't really exist for that. So I guess Kouros was always quite powerful in that regard. I guess that's why it gets called the king. But yeah. But yeah, the second cinnamon fragrance, guys, I'm going to talk about is an absolute amazing fragrance. But before I do that, I'm just going to look at the comments here. Can't believe I'm 15 tomorrow. I can't believe I'm 15 tomorrow. Where has the time gone? I know, it's very, very, very strange, isn't it? Like, I can remember, Emily, when you were just a baby. Literally. Crazy. I love my family. I love how they're in the live stream right now. Egoist is my favorite from Chanel. The cinnamon and the sandalwood blend is perfection. I have to agree. I remember smelling Egoist, and I don't own it, sadly. I will eventually, but I've smelled it several times, and I have to agree. It's also very heavy on the rose, and I'm not a big fan of rose, but I love the rose in that. I think it's rose wood, so it's a woody rose, which of course makes sense. But I do like Egoist. It is fantastic. Sadly, not going to be in this live stream though, my friend. But thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for mentioning that. That it is a great scent. But this fragrance that I'm going to show you is, some people like it, some people don't. I really like it, and I don't get why this fragrance exists. I'll tell you why in a minute. But it's called Boss Bottled Intense Eau de Parfum. And this is it's basically a stronger, heavier version of the original Boss Bottle that came out in 1998, which is a apple cinnamon fragrance, basically. It's a great scent. Don't get me wrong. This is fantastic. It's really, really good stuff. But it's more suited just for the autumn season, I think, because it's so heavy on that cinnamon. But not in a spicy way. It's done in a sweet way with that apple note. And I did a review on the original Boss Bottled and love it. I really, really love the original Boss Bottled, but its longevity has some issues to it. And that's the reason why I don't really like it. And that's why I hadn't gotten another bottle of it. Until I realized they released this, Hugo Boss. And this is just their Eau de Parfum Intense version of the original. So I'm thinking, all right, okay. Why don't they just make Boss Bottled strong? Because it was when it first came out, in 1998, it was quite a polarizing scent. And people described this, well, people who are older than me, people describe this as being like the original Boss Bottle that came out in 1998. And that was an eau de toilette. So that was a weaker concentration. And if you look at all the bottles of, if you look at pictures of all the bottles of this fragrance, you'll notice, well, not this fragrance, but the original Boss Bottled number 6, you will notice that the juice is much darker than it is now. It's basically watered down so much to the point where you only get this very light apple woody kind of scent. That's all you really get out of it. At the time, I could smell all of it. Don't get me wrong. And when I reviewed that fragrance, I could get everything. I got the cinnamon, I got the cloves, I got everything out of it. But since I'm smelling this, I'm basically getting a higher quality version of it. And I'm realizing that the original is just basically shit. It's so fucking shit compared to this. This stuff is really, really good. I mean, I get about 6, maybe 7 hours out of this, which isn't great for an eau de parfum, but it has really, really good sillage. And when I wear this, it just reaches off my skin and it just leaves a nice cloud. It leaves a nice cloud of just this really nice, sweet apple, cinnamon kind of scent. It's basically autumn in a bottle, in my opinion. You kind of get more fall in this. I mean, saying that, there are a few good fragrances that I would wear in the fall here that I have here right now in this live stream for you guys. But this one is up there. This one, in my opinion, is it's good. It's really, really good. But yeah, sorry to talk so much about it. I wanted to get into this discussion because I really don't understand why this exists. I don't get why it's called Intense. I don't know why that has to be a thing. What Hugo Boss should have done is they should have kept this as the original Boss Bottled. Because to me, it's an amazing scent. It's got that original DNA in it. And they should have just kept it because it's a staple for the company. It was huge when it came out. And to see the original just thrown to one side and then to see intense versions being released, just, is it a money grabbing scheme? I don't know. You guys let me know. Probably is. That didn't stop me from going to get a bottle of this though. So call me a hypocrite. But this is a fantastic scent, and I love it. So, Boss Bold Intense Eau de Parfum. That's the second fragrance. Let's get back to comments. Try to get a vintage bottle of Egoist. I will do, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll see what I can do. I've seen some quite decent deals for it, so see what I can do, yeah. We love you, Uncle Matty. I love you too, Emily, and I love all you guys too. Don't get me wrong, I like all kinds of fragrances of any release year, but I don't like many of the mainstream houses. I enjoy discovering different things, but my heart belongs to the vintage scents. Yeah, I would completely agree with you, Jorge. Like when it comes to discovering, like I love that feeling of when you discover a new scent, You could be on your laptop, you could be, I don't know, you could be watching a reviewer online, and he could be presenting a fragrance for you that you just become so attached to, and you're like, wow, how come I've never known this before? Yeah, I like that feeling. I really like that feeling. It's like discovering a new flavor. It's like discovering a new flavor of fruit, It's like discovering a new fruity flavor. Because who doesn't love fruit, right? Who doesn't like fruity flavors? Like, imagine discovering a new flavor. That's what it's like discovering a fragrance for me, because obviously a fragrance isn't just about the smell. They have stories inside and they carry memories and whatnot, But it all depends on all depends on the experiences that person has. So that's what makes it special. That's definitely what makes it special. So the second fragrance I'm going to show you guys. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put the fragrances that I've shown up here. So that's Witness, Boss Bottled Intense. Okay, we'll go for this one here. Presence by Mont Blanc. Basically, this is another apple cinnamon fragrance, but it also has ginger in there. It also has nutmeg. So we have a lot of spices in this, but we get just a very it's a very spicy, fizzy fragrance. Like there's a citriness in there. Is that the right word? Okay, there's a citrus in there, right? That mixes with the cinnamon and the apple to create this fizzy cocktail of spices. And it's incredibly Mont Blanc style. Like when you smell a Mont Blanc fragrance, you know it's from that house. Kind of has a bit of an individual vibe going on in there, but without the without that raspberry and the linen smell. This has a lot of apple in it, a lot of cinnamon, a lot of nutmeg, and it has decent longevity for an eau de toilette. It lasts about 3, maybe 4 hours, which isn't fantastic actually considering it's a Mont Blanc scent, but sillage is good, and it pretty much just reaches off your skin. I really like this one. I did a review on it many years ago. I think it was about 3 or 4 years now when I did a review on this. And as you guys can see, I haven't exactly run out. I just don't. It's not that I don't wear it. I just don't wear it a lot. I love wearing it. I think it's whenever I wear this, I get nice wafts of it for the first like 2 or 3 hours, and it's very pleasant. It's a very nice fragrance. It's safe as well. Because cinnamon can be very, very heavy, but it's not heavy on this. It's quite a fresh scent. It's got a freshness to it, but it's fresh, spicy, but it's just done in a way that's very intoxicating, but in a good way. Like you smell it, and it has this enticing sort of. I don't think intoxicating is the right word. I think hypnotic's the right word. You just smell it, and it smells incredibly sexy. Like it really does. It smells really, really good. It's really overlooked as well, considering Mont Blanc have Individual, they have Emblem, Legend. Is there a fragrance called Legend by Mont Blanc? I think there is. And not to mention the new one that smells pretty much like Aventus. I have no care for that one. That's why I forgot the name of it. Explorer, that's the one. But yeah. Presence, great fragrance, and it's reasonably priced as well. Like you can get this for like less than £25 here in the UK. It's pretty good. I guess that's the same with a lot of Mont Blanc fragrances, but this and Individual are reasonably priced. They're not up there with Explorer and Emblem and all those fragrances. Those ones are a little bit more pricier for some reason. I mean, they smell good, but to me, this is definitely one of the best Mont Blanc fragrances, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. You guys will probably disagree with me, but that's okay. So yeah, that's Mont Blanc Present. Really, really good fragrance. Would highly recommend you guys check that one out. It's really, 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 really good stuff. I think I'm going to switch my big light on in a second, guys. It's getting a bit dark in here. So yeah, let me know if you guys are enjoying the live stream. I'm going to continue to show you guys some more fragrances if you guys are enjoying it. I'm trying to think which one I can show you next. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. I think we'll go for... Yeah, okay, let's go for this one because I want to actually hear what you guys think of this. First of all, you guys might be surprised that I've got this one. In fact, you'll be very surprised that I've got this one. This is an interesting fragrance. And it's a fragrance that I'm very happy to have, to be honest with you, because I didn't like the original. It's a flanker. Just thought I'd get that out of the way. It's a flanker to the original. But I really love this. I love this more than the original. It's spicier. It's just amazing. I'm going to tell you guys what it is. It's basically Wanted by Night by Azzaro. Let me just look at that caliber. It's awesome. It's like the type of thing you'd find in a caliber gun, like a revolver or a magnum. It's really cool. Solid metal too. It's really, really awesome. Hello, Mr. Graham. How are you, my friend? Welcome to the live stream. So yeah, this is basically a very synthetic fragrance. But that does not mean it's a bad scent whatsoever. I actually love it. It's sexy, it's strong, it lasts incredibly long. Like, this stuff's potent as hell. Like, whenever I put this on my skin, it fits up to everything for what this fragrance is meant to be. It is an eau de parfum. It smells like an eau de parfum. It projects like an eau de parfum. So that's good. It smells awesome. And I hear women really, really love this fragrance as well. I mean, I wouldn't really know because I haven't been out the house and I haven't had this fragrance for too long. So I haven't really tried it in front of the ladies just yet. I mean, I don't really get out, to be honest with you. But next time I'm out, I'm pretty sure I'm going to mingle. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this is going to be one of those fragrances that I'm going to try, I think. And really excited to really going to wear this, like to actually wear this one into, yeah, why not? It just smells great. The original to me smelled like Paco Rabanne Invictus. And I wasn't a big fan of that. I thought, I wasn't a big fan of Invictus, basically. And I thought, right, Azzaro, what are you doing here? You're releasing a fragrance that smells pretty much like Paco Rabanne Invictus. Can you not create a scent that's at least, the same genre? I get it. You got to fit in with today's fashion and style and taste. But you could have just made another fragrance. And yeah, the notes are different. But come on, they are so close in smell. It's ridiculous. When I smell this, I get like a bit of orange smell. Doesn't smell natural at all, but it smells very, very nice. It kind of has a bit of a bubblegum smell to it. Not bubblegum that if you were to spray it, for example, like, oh yeah, it smells like bubblegum. No, it's not like that. This is like, you spray it, you get this, oh God. Oh, it's so nice, man. Holy hell. It's lovely. It's woody. It's it's quite nice. Like for synthetic scent, it's really really nice. Quite complex as well. I think for a new release. I think. I mean, I love everything about the bottle, the color of the juice. It's just really awesome. I really really like it. Let me know what you guys think of this one because I've heard really good stuff about this. I know people like it. It gets good reviews on Fragrantica. Uh, really respected on YouTube here as well. So please let me know, guys, what you think of this one, the Zara Wanted by Night. Back to comments. HM, how are you, my friend? It's good to see you. Good evening, Matt. Rapport Parom is a very potent on a vintage cinnamon vibe. Rapport really breaks this sort of stereotype of a cinnamon fragrance being only sweet. Oh, okay. I didn't actually know that Report featured a cinnamon smell because I've tried looking up the notes for that and you can't really find, there's no real note description for Report by Shulton. It's a real shame. But just thinking about it, it kind of does have a cinnamon vibe, but I would say the Report was more of a like a soapy scent, if anything. But I do get what you mean actually with the cinnamon. It's like a cinnamon stick, if anything. That's kind of what it smells like to me when I think about it. I haven't tried that one, but I always wondered how it smelled, that Mont Blanc. Oh, okay. Presence. I guess that the color of the juice or a hint of that apple. Yeah, I mean, the color of the juice says a lot. I mean, yeah, that apple note. I mean, when you smell it, that apple hits you, you know, it's nice, it's tart, but the spices are behind it, you know, from that cinnamon. So that's, I love that about, I just love that about Presence. It's awesome. Oh, I have that one and I love it, the Zara one. Yeah, it's awesome stuff over here. It really is good stuff. I'm really glad you like it, my friend. Central Eyes, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I love Obsession. Yeah, man. Well, it's funny you say that because the next one we're going to talk about is obviously Obsession for Men by Calvin Klein, and this is I've got a big bottle of this fragrance, but I just thought I'd show you guys this vintage miniature that I've got. Well, it's not exactly a miniature. It's 15 mils. Sorry about the light. Let me stick my light on. I think this is going to help a lot, actually. Wow, it really does. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this is my Obsession for Men miniature. Apologies if you guys are seeing this live stream flipped, by the way. I just want to point that out because, yeah, because it's flipped right now on my screen. So, yeah, this is Obsession for Men by Calvin Klein, a 1986 release. Spicy, amazing. Oh, love it. I absolutely love this stuff. Now, when it comes to cinnamon, this stuff's done to perfection. Like, what you get out of this is it's kind of like a vanilla, amber, cinnamon, soft, balmy, timeless, classic smell. It's really, really awesome stuff. I would absolutely love a big bottle of this stuff. Just for the fact of the gold trim around the cap and everything, like that would have really made it for me. Because it doesn't have that anymore. It's done in a way that's where the cap is it's dark brown, but you can see right through it, and it just doesn't look nice. Whereas the vintage had an opaque brown cap with a gold trim, which really, really, just it's just an awesome. It's just an awesome fragrance. I really, really love it. Centralized. I used to always wear the wafted shave balm from Obsession back in the day. Oh, amazing. Well, I always wanted to know what Obsession used to smell like back in the 80s. And I mean, obviously now I can. And whenever I smell this, I'm just like, wow. Because it doesn't smell like today's obsession, like at all. There's no comparison. This stuff, if this stuff it was an eau de parfum, then I would completely be like, yeah, that's an eau de parfum. But it's not. It's a eau de toilette. 85% volume. Oh no no. 88% volume. 88% volume. That's what it says here. That's mad. That's 88% perfume oils. Whereas now a lot of toilets have like what 79%, 80%, which is still good. But this is oh, man. You know, when it really comes to fragrances, right? When it comes to my love for fragrances, and I smell a fragrance, and it makes me smile. This is one of those fragrances. Oh man, man. It's just awesome stuff. Obsession for Men, Calvin Klein. Ambery, it's rich. Cinnamon is just fleeting, but there's vanilla in there as well, creating this beautiful, beautiful smell. People call it timeless. People call it dated. I call it timeless. I wish I said it right the first time. Whatever. So that's Obsession for Men by Calvin Klein. Let's get to the comments. London for Men from Burberry. That's another fragrance that I was meant to come on here, put on here, but I haven't because it's somewhere and I don't know where it is. Forgive me. It's a great cinnamon scent. Love Burberry, London. I'm just going to mention it now. Love the leather in it. I love how it's festive smelling. And whenever I think of Burberry London, I think of Christmas time. It's really awesome. So I'm smelling obsession since I was reading Sensualize's comment about the percentage, because his comment said that's a lot. No wonder it was bang. Yeah, man, absolutely, my friend. It's really, really good. And I picked this up. I picked this up in an antique store when I was in America for $2. $2. I picked this up for. Fucking bargain. I was so happy when I got that. HM stream is fine, no visual troubles. That's good to know. Andre Peter. Forgive me if I pronounced your name wrong, my friend. Hi. Boucheron, Jaipur Eau de Parfum, and Zaro Pour Intense EDP, the one launched in 2015, have fantastic cinnamon notes. Well, my friend, we have Jaipur Homme by Boucheron. This is the Eau de Toilette version. Sadly, I don't have the EDP. This is, I guess you could call this vintage because it has the old Boucheron logo, whereas now the juice is a bit lighter and the logo's different on the bottle. I don't know if the juice is the same, but I've had this bottle for years. And let me tell you, this is like gold, liquid gold. I've smelled many gold-themed fragrances, like Amouage Gold, smelled that. Thought it was interesting, but I thought it was incredibly feminine. I actually saw Agnes Eva's review on that just the other day. I thought it was fantastic. But yeah, this is liquid gold, in my opinion. I've smelled a lot of gold fragrances, like I said. But this one here is literally, when you define liquid gold in a fragrance, this is it. It's classy. It's luxurious. I mean, looking at that bottle design, I mean, the ridges on the side, the amber colored juice, the gold cap, the jewel, if you want to call it that, the jewel on the top there. I haven't done my research, unfortunately, when it comes to the architecture, if you want to call it that, the bottle design. So forgive me, I haven't done a lot of research on that. But this stuff is incredible. Absolutely love it. In terms of the smell, it's cinnamon, but it's benzoin, it's amber, and I think there's incense in there as well. I could be wrong. I think there's incense. The temple from Jaipur, India. Yes, my friend. Jaipur, India. Beautiful, beautiful city in India based on its architecture. Um, it's really, really something. If anything, it's a beautiful tribute to the city, and I think a beautiful tribute to the House of Boucheron because I mean, incredibly French, incredibly sophisticated, and they've released a fragrance here, incredibly sophisticated, called Jaipur Hum, that you need to check out. It's incredible stuff. Would highly recommend it. It smells like an Arabian prince. That's what I think of. I think of like a man from the Middle Eastern who is wealthy, but he doesn't care about his money. He cares about kindness, and all he cares about is making the world that he lives in a better place. That's what I get out of this fragrance. It's incredible. It really is. The next fragrance I'm going to show you is from a lovely house, but I'm going to read the comments here again. Jorge Santa Cruz. When I think of cinnamon, a fragrance that helped me to like it more was Old Spice. Yes, my friend. You'll see Old Spice in a minute. Hold on for that. Amazing cinnamon note. Obsession is my number one to go to frag during every festive season. Also the good Old Spice. You got it, HM. I mean, you can't go wrong. Old Spice is like a creamy cinnamon. Indeed, I have to agree. It definitely is. And that's right, Andre. Yes, Boucheron, jewelry house. I forgot to mention. Yes, they are amazing jewelry house. Jay Graham. For me, an excellent fragrance with cinnamon, it would be Aramis JHL. Oh, that fragrance, I'm so sad that I don't have that. Because, yes, it's like, yeah, I'm not even going to talk about it because it is an amazing cinnamon scent. So, the next one I'm going to talk about is Azara Pour Homme Intense Eau de Parfum. Wow. But before I talk about it, let me just get a quick drink. Excuse me. Back to the live stream. This stuff here, guys, is, like I said before, wow. I would like to say a big thank you, actually, for Andre for mentioning this one. Yeah, you love this one. Yeah, my friend, awesome stuff. Before I talk about it, I'm just going to say as well, you can actually, it's actually a refillable bottle, which is really cool. So, yeah. The bottle design for this is incredible. You get that original Azara Pour Homme look, but you don't get Azara on the cap here. You get basically Azara on the bottom. You get the Azara logo here, which is very, very famous when it comes to the original Azara Pour Homme. You get that design. We get Azara Pour Homme on the top, then we get Intense underneath. Just checking my hands to see if I've got anything on, and I don't. Let's go for it. Great spray, fantastic spray. And when it comes to the smell, wow. Like, you know what it is? This makes me fall in love with the note of cinnamon more and more and more. It's not just a cinnamon scent. This is a boozy cinnamon scent. Because the boozy notes in this really make up for the cinnamon. This isn't like a lot of cinnamon fragrances I've smelled, because when you get cinnamon, there's always fruity notes to complement it. But this one is completely and utterly done in a sophisticated way, because this one is This one is just, this is unique. I'm just gonna look up the notes real quick. I'm pretty sure it has rum in it. I'm pretty sure it does. It's either rum or something. Let's have a quick look. It was released in 2015, this fragrance as well. Which, of course, Andre said before as well. So yeah, the main accords are warm, spicy, cinnamon, woody, aromatic, balsamic, and amber. So yeah. And the notes you basically get, they are only 5 notes, and that's cinnamon, brandy, not rum, Haitian vetiver, amber, and tonka. It's definitely more cinnamon. Let me just close that. So yeah, it's definitely more cinnamon, amber. I wouldn't say it was green in any way. I don't really get a greenness out of it. It's definitely straight up brandy. Like, I remember my nana actually had a wine shelf in her kitchen, and she used to collect a lot of wines and brandies and gins, rums, all sorts of different drinks. And she used to store them all on the shelf. And I remember there was a bottle that must have been so old that it was leaking one day, right? And I could see it leaking down the shelf. And the smell of it was so strong. It smelled like it smelled incredibly spicy, like a spice cake. That's what was coming to my mind, like spice cake, and the whole kitchen reeked of it. And it was gorgeous. And then when I smelled this, it really reminds me of that. It takes me back to that moment. That's never happened before. That's pretty nice. First time that's ever happened. I like that. There's also amber in there as well. A nice amber note. Not too prominent, but it is there. It's definitely more heavy on the cinnamon though. And it's really, really awesome. I had it there thinking that you guys could see it. And you guys couldn't see it. You didn't see it the whole time. I do apologize. My camera skills are a bit rusty tonight, guys. Apologies. Fantastic scent. Would highly recommend it. The only problem I would say for this, though, is it doesn't last incredibly long. It only lasts for about 5 or 6 hours, honestly, on my skin. And whenever I wear this, I only spray 2 on my neck and 1 on my chest. Or sometimes I'll spray 1 behind my ear, 1 behind the other ear, and then 1 on my neck. That's usually what I'll do with any fragrance. But with this one, there's a bit of an issue with longevity, and it's a real shame. It's a real shame, because this fragrance has incredible notes, it has an incredible structure, an incredible shape, an incredible character, if you want to call it that. It has a good character to it. And for it to not last for as long as I wish it could, like Azora Wanted by Night, that one's nuclear compared to this. It's a shame. But this one still smells incredibly nice. But it smells incredibly nice. But if anything, I would say it's like Andre just mentioned a comment there. It smells longer lasting than a lot of newer releases today. And you are incredibly right. It does. But I guess just from going vintage to then smelling that one, because this one, Witnessed by Jacques Bogart, the first one I showed you, 14 hours, you know what I mean? I get 14 hours out of this, 1 spray. That's how long it lasts me. I used to think it was really weak, but I don't know what it is. I think the more I'm wearing it, and because it's an old bottle, I think because I've been spraying it more and more and more, I've been getting more of that. I don't know. I feel like the genuine oils and all are at the bottom of the bottle, if that makes sense. It's really weird because it smells different now than it did when I first bought it. That's why in my review I only said that it got me 5 or 6 hours, even 7 hours. But no, 13 hours I get out of this. No joke. It's amazing, really, how because I look after my fragrances. I keep them in darkness. I don't like to have any light on them. I used to. I was an idiot for that. But the best way to do it is to keep it in complete darkness. So Yeah, fantastic fragrances are Wanted by Night. Absolutely love it. So I'm going to put that up there. I'm going to get to some comments now. Sorry about that, by the way, guys. I understand you guys like to post comments and then while I'm talking and that. I apologize for talking while you guys are commenting. That's what I'm going to say. But let's get to the comments. Compared to the Wanted by Night, this one is like niche in quality. Wanted by Night has a synthetic vibe. This one is supernatural. Yeah, I would agree. It smells incredibly natural. It smells realistic. Like that cinnamon smells realistic. It smells great. It smells spicy. It's kind of got a bit of a moisture behind it. Like it doesn't smell dry. Maybe it's because of the brandy note, but it smells like it smells so sweet when you first spray it, and it's absolutely fucking gorgeous, isn't it? Like wow. It is awesome. I'm going to do a review for that one though soon, guys, so let me know if you want to see it. Would you recommend the Intense if you have the original? Yes, absolutely. I would totally recommend, because the original in itself is a masterpiece in my opinion. It's it's old school, but like it stood the test of time. Longevity issues on the original have, have their issues. It doesn't really last too long for a retro scent. But in hindsight, the smell of it is fantastic. And I could say the same thing with Azzaro Pour Homme Intense. It smells natural. And it smells bold actually when you smell it at first. It smells quite bold. But the performance again isn't that good. But again, if you love the smell of the original Azzaro Pour Homme, you'll love this, because the original DNA it actually is in here. When you smell, if you know the original Azzaro Pour Homme well, I think you'll really love this, because the original DNA is in here. It's just topped up with cinnamon and brandy, and of course amber. Amber's also in there as well to create like a nice, sweet, glossy base, if that's what you want to call it. It's really beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love, 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 love. Back to the comments. Angelito Molina, how are you, my friend? I think Club 75 and Force Majeure of Jacques Bogart also have cinnamon notes, but Witness is a cinnamon bomb. Yes, it is, my friend. Force Majeure, I don't know if it is a cinnamon bomb. If anything, it's more of a, I think it's got cardamom in it. It has some cardamom. I think it has some pine in there as well. Aldehydes also exist in Force Majeure, but cardamom definitely exists in Force Majeure. I know that for a fact. But I would agree, cinnamon bomb for Witness all day long. It's a different scent from the original. This one is a spicy boozy. The original is an aromatic fougere. Yeah, exactly. But you do definitely get the original DNA when you smell this. But you're getting those oriental elements when you smell, not the oriental elements, sorry, those aromatic fougères. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I can't get my words out. Boozy elements when you smell this. The brandy note is really spot on. It's really, really spot on. I want to actually check who created this because I'm curious. Olivier Pichot. Wow. I didn't know he created it. Now that's a surprise, because this guy is good. This guy can really create fragrances. He created Chrome Legend from Azzaro as well. He created Haya from Christian Dior, which is cool. He's made fragrances by Dudo Parfums, City Oud, Lady Cool, City Love. He's made a lot of fragrances from companies that I haven't really heard of, to be honest. He's made a lot from H&M, which is like a clothing brand. Sander, Kenzo, Lanvin. I'm trying to pronounce them as French as I can, because obviously that's the right pronunciation. So, Lanvin, Montblanc. He's made a lot from Montblanc. Explorer, Legend. Wow. 1 million. Okay, so the guy who made 1 million made this. Wrong hand. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. I don't even like 1 million. This is more like $1 million or £1 million to me than what 1 million is. I can't even talk. Bloody hell. Let's have a drink. Brandy. Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember when I was describing it, I couldn't remember if it was rum. So thank you for correcting me, Andre. But I had to give away my bottle of York to my girlfriend. She really likes it, which is obviously, it can easily get away as unisex. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I remember when I was in college, we had to do video calls as a group, as a college group, because I did a music course and we had to speak on webcam a lot. And I remember there was this girl who she was an incredible singer, and I remember she used to always. Oh, I used to always see this pink cologne bottle on her dresser, and I always said, "Is that yours?" And she was like, "Yeah, I love the smell of it. It's my brother's. He gave me it. I love it, and I wear it." I was like, "Fair enough," and I can see why people can. I can see why it can be completely unisex because it's again sweet with that orange blossom and that cinnamon and the vanilla and whatnot. I can see why. It's real. I can see why. Yeah, it's around 6 hours on me and my skin. Most fragrances are beasts, even with today's reformulations. I would agree, Andre, completely. But the scent quality is better than Wanted by Night. I would agree, mate. I would completely agree. I mean, they're both, of course, from the same company. I forget that sometimes. I forget, of course, that Wanted. I forget that Wanted is a part of Azzaro. Um, but yeah, in my opinion, Pour Homme Intense is a better cinnamon scent, although if you want something more playful, Wanted by Night is your best choice, without a doubt. Jacques Bogart is a very underrated house. It really is centralized, mate. Like, it really is. I was going to ask you, actually, centralized, do you have any favorites from the company of JB? Let me know, buddy. Zara UFS has a nice cinnamon note. Well, that's the next one we're going to talk about. So I'm going to get these comments out of the way first, then we'll talk about it. 1 Million and Herod are made by him. Oh, okay, by Olivier Peuchot. I didn't know he made Herod. Obviously, I knew 1 million. Just go with that. But Herod, I didn't know he made Herod. That is cool. That is really cool. Michael Meinhardt. Original Santal and Egoist are cinnamon bombs. I love Original Santal. Love it. I guess the reason why I don't own it is because it's expensive. Just can't afford a bottle just yet. And I own a bottle of Individual by Montblanc, which I suppose is similar, but you know, I love the quality of Original Santal. I love like the intenseness of it, and I just love how blended it is in general. But I like what Individual does because it delivers that same accord, if you like, that sort of cinnamon cherry kind of smell. It's a very unique scent, Original Santal. I don't really know how else to describe it. But yes, thank you, Decentralized. We are going to be talking about the next cinnamon scent, and that is Unexpected Fresh Spicy, UFS from Zara. So, guys, this is easily the best £12.99 I've ever spent on fragrance. I would have spent easily 30, 40 quid for this. If it was in a different bottle design, I don't know. If it was in a sturdier bottle, had some, I don't know if it had some crystals or whatever on there, I would have easily bought it because as soon as I smelt this, instant love. Instant. I immediately just thought, wow, like, I want to smell like that. This smells fire. What you get out of this are 3 notes, basically. You get cinnamon, sandalwood, and patchouli. 3 notes, which creates a fresh, spicy, woody, green scent. But there's also a very unusual whiskey kind of smell in there as well, which I can't get my head around. I don't know if it's the patchouli creating this concoction, but I just love this fragrance so much. I just love how, like, when I smell it, it transforms me to a different realm, a realm that I can't quite comprehend. Like, I smell it, and it takes me to a world where I'm in a different body, and I'm a different person, and I'm not this, and I'm not who I am now. I'm basically someone who's wearing a gorgeous suit, driving a flashy car. That's what this reminds me. It smells like money to me. That's what it smells like. It smells like money. And for the cost of it, blew me away. In fact, this one compares to another Parfums de Marly fragrance called Wojan. If you guys have smelled that, you'll know what I mean. I haven't actually smelled it, unfortunately. I haven't smelled Wojan, so I can't say too much on it. But this is incredible. Like, Claire, my sister, if you're watching this right now, and Liam, if you're watching this too, buddy, my brother-in-law, if you're watching this, I would recommend you get this, man, because I think you'll dig this. Reminds me of something he would wear, to be honest. Because it's got a playful smell to it, but at the same time, it smells like a nice, reserved, private scent. I guess that's why I like it so much. It's really, really good. Really, really good stuff. Back to comments. Don't forget Spice Bomb too. Spice Bomb, I don't own a bottle of that. Would love to own a bottle of that someday. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. That's the only reason. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I absolutely love the smell of it. But yeah, if it comes to anything, I'll get a bottle soon and I'll do a review because I've always wanted to review that one. Excuse me. Scratching my hand. Excuse me. I bet you have Perry Ellis M, another good cheapy sporting cinnamon. I actually don't own Perry Ellis M. I've heard it's a great fragrance, and I've heard it's a little bit like Chanel Allure Homme. Someday I'll get a bottle of it. I've heard it's really cheap, like you said, so I'll see what I can do. But I would love to own it. Brian Will, how are you, my friend? Unexpected Fresh Spicy is coming up on my radar. And I'm a Rich One Addictive reseller. Okay. Okay, cool. If you got to do what you got to do. That's what I would say. Like, if people aren't happy with fragrances, you've got to do what you can to just, you've got to move on. At least sell bottles, or try and give them to people you love. That's what I do. If I'm not happy with a fragrance, I just give them to my brother, or I give them to my family. It's not that I don't like them. I just might not wear them anymore. Have you smelled Boss Number One? I have, Jorge, and it's gorgeous stuff. Love Boss Number One. I love the honey vibe in it. I just love it. It's so 80s, so incredibly 80s. Love the bottle design, how it's incredibly like square and symmetrical, and then the cap is just, it's so classic, and yeah, I really, really do like that scent. Ice Hole. I prefer Intense Dark Exclusive. I used to love Rich One Addictive, not anymore. I haven't tried Intense Dark Exclusive, if I'm honest. I remember when Rich Woman Addictive and Intense Dark Exclusive came out. I remember when they first came out, and Rich Woman Addictive got all the love, whereas Intense Dark Exclusive didn't. People didn't like it because they said that it had performance issues, whereas Rich Woman Addictive has amazing performance. It really does. I get 10 hours out of that stuff. Whereas with the other one, I haven't smelled, my friend. And if you love it that much, I'm really, really happy that you like it. David Torres, is there any cinnamon fragrances you wished you loved, but they just don't agree with your skin chemistry? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to show you it right now, actually. I love this fragrance so much, right? To the point where it doesn't only mix badly with my skin chemistry, but it also burns my neck. Like, I think I've got literally an allergic reaction to this fragrance. And it's such a shame because the smell, I mean, it doesn't get the best reviews, but I love it personally. I just wish I could wear it. Even though the reviews aren't for it, like I said, it doesn't get the best reviews. But for me personally, I love this fragrance because it reminds me of a certain candy that I used to eat a lot when I visited America. And it is Zero Plus Masculine by Diesel. If you guys have ever smelled this, then you'll know how it smells, of course. But this pretty much smells like a cinnamon gobstopper or a cinnamon bubblegum of some sort. There was a candy in America that I had called, what were they called? Myconikes? Or something like that. I think they were like tiny miniature candies and they were chewies. And the kind that I loved was cinnamon flavored and they were spicy and they were hot. And that's what this fragrance smells like. That's what it smells like. It smells like a cinnamon candy. It smells like cinnamon candy with vanilla. That's what I basically love about this fragrance. People think it's synthetic, which it is. But at the same time, this is just... It's so daring. It's so bold. It's amazing longevity. I get about easily 8-9 hours out of this. But people don't really like it. People tend to just move away from that syntheticness about it. But I love smelling it and I love wearing it. It's fine on my arm. It sprays fine on my arm. But when I spray this on my neck, I come out in blotches. My skin gets red and I get sore. And I don't know why that is. It only exists on my neck. It doesn't happen on my arms or anywhere else. So for me to really experience this, I've got to spray it on my arm, on my hand. So it isn't too bad, but I do wish I could wear this in public. I just have to wear it on my shirt, I guess. But it is very strange considering any other fragrance I wear doesn't affect me apart from this. This is literally the only one. I don't know. Maybe it's made with really crap ingredients. Maybe it is made cheaply. Yet it smells awesome. I don't know. Or maybe it's because the fact that it's old. I mean, it is a 90s release, so at the end of the day, that's probably what it is. But yeah, cinnamon and vanilla, that's pretty much what you get out of this. Love it. Love, love, love. Would highly recommend it. Discontinued, but you can't find it. Let's get to some comments. So yeah, thank you for that question, David. And thank you for giving me the inspiration to talk about Diesel. I appreciate that. The Sentient Man. Gotta love the cinnamon note in Egoist. I agree. Nothing like it. HM. Rich Warm Addictive. Reminds me of Hugo Boss Red for Women. Interesting. Which I also can consider as unisex. I don't know if it has cinnamon. I don't think Hugo Boss Women does, but that is very interesting to hear. I personally wouldn't say it smells like it. Maybe. It's just because I can't really imagine it right now because I've got so many fragrances on me. I've got kind of just this medley of fragrance all around me right now. So I'm just trying to imagine whether or not it's like Hugo Boss Red. Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about Deep Red? Deep Red, right? Because I don't think there was an original red. Let me check if there's cinnamon in this. No, but we get ginger. We do get some ginger in this. Blood orange. Vanilla. Black currant. Sandalwood and ginger. They're the most prominent notes. And there's also a clementine note in Deep Red as well. But there's no cinnamon. But in terms of the smell, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. I'll have to someday try that out. Because my mum owns a bottle of Deep Red. So I'll have to take my bottle of Rich Woman Addictive in her room one day and try it out. I'm intrigued about that. Intense Dark exclusive. Lots of Tonga. A bit like Jacques Bogart Pour Homme. No performance issues on me. It's beast mode. Oh, awesome. Again, it's all, you know, it's a personal thing, isn't it? It's all personal. If it lasts long on you with your skin, then fantastic. When I sprayed it on my skin, it didn't really perform the best. I don't know what it is. It must have just been me. I've heard that Hanamori Him is a good cinnamon fragrance that's very similar to the defunct Gucci Pour Homme 2. Yeah, I've heard that actually. I own Hanamori. I own Hanamori, if that makes sense. I think that's what it's called. HM by Hanamori. HM. Great scent. I would love to own a bottle of the Him someday because I've heard good things about it. Yeah. HM. In fact, Hugo Red has a very nostalgic value for me. My mother used to wear it back in the early 2000s. Very nostalgic, comfy fragrance. Yeah, I agree. You know, I do agree. It's whenever I think of Deep Red, I think of my mum too, and I think of the early 2000s. That's very strange, isn't it? I guess the smell of it is very. It does have a nostalgic aura about it. Very feminine though, but it's got this lovable quality about it, which it doesn't smell flirty. It smells personal. It smells classy. That's right, Andre. HM in the white bottle, Him's the amber bottle. Yeah. So I'm going to show you guys 2 more fragrances. Because these 2, well, actually, I'm going to show you guys 3 more fragrances. I'm going to get this one out of the way real quick. Because this one right here is a masterpiece. And a lot of people don't talk about this one because sadly it didn't last long from Zara. Zara released this and they didn't keep it for long on their shelves. And I can't understand why, because to me this is a masterpiece. An instant masterpiece. And it's called Tone Indeterminate. Tone Indeterminate. Don't know if you guys can see that. And we get the Zara logo on the bottom there. You can't really see it. I don't know why. Why can't we see it? This is annoying. But anyway, yeah, we get Tone Indeterminate in the middle there, and we get Zara on the bottom, and we get Zara on the cap there. And what this smells like, guys, it smells incredibly gourmand. Like it's got like a cupcakey vanilla smell to it, but cinnamon plays a big role in this with creating this warm, spicy note to it. Definitely warm. Sweet, yes. It definitely falls under the same sweetness as sorry, I've forgotten what it's called. Uomo by Salvatore Ferragamo. It falls under the same category as that, with that coffee note. This one doesn't have coffee in it, but that cinnamon note smells a bit coffee-esque, or it smells a little bit like, it just smells gourmand. It has a toffee smell to it, but kind of, it's different. It's very, very different. There are some great fragrances from Zara coming out, but this one, guys, is this one's special. This one's really, really good. Very romantic smell. And the performance on this, I get easily about 9 hours. It's an eau de toilette, but it could easily be an eau de parfum. And it says here that it's a 78% volume, so yeah, fragrance is so strange, isn't it? But whatever. Nice purple juice. Gorgeous. It's a lovely, lovely potion. Love it. So if you're looking for a good Zara fragrance, or if you're looking for a fragrance that smells different, or if you can't find it, then I'm sorry. But yeah, great fragrance from Zara. It's a shame they didn't It's a real shame they didn't keep it around. And the next fragrance I'm going to show you is the Squared Potion Eau de Parfum. Great scent. Absolutely phenomenal scent. Really, really love this stuff. Whenever I smell this, it takes me back to literally when I first smelled it and fell in love with it. It's got this woody, patchouli, green, sweet, boozy quality about it. It smells incredibly classy as well. You know, I mean, it doesn't smell like a niche scent. It smells, you know, like a good solid designer scent, in all fairness. But this one has notes in it that blend so beautiful together that they're like this, in my opinion. You've got notes like amber, cinnamon, of course, but the cinnamon and the amber are dead dominant in this, like really dominant. And I'll definitely say that the patchouli was dominant as well, like no doubt. There's cashmere in here as well, which creates a nice softness, but the thing that I find intriguing is the fact that this has mint in it. Not a lot of mint to the point when you spray it and you're like, oh yeah, I smell mint. No. This one smells like a mint leaf. Literally like a mint leaf. It's like, imagine if you're growing mint plants in like an allotment or something, or in a garden. And imagine it comes down, the rain, and it creates the mildew, and you get the smell of that mint in the air along with that mildew. That's what this reminds me of. That's what the mint's like. But in terms of the other notes, like the pepper and the patchouli, there's also musk in here, rose. They just all contribute each other so, so beautifully. But the cinnamon is the king. It's the king when it comes to this fragrance. And it's up there. It's really, really up there. It's quite overlooked as well, this fragrance, in terms of people talking about it. You know, not a lot of people do. I don't really understand why, because it is a quality scent. But like I said before, it doesn't smell as good as a lot of others out there, but it smells good enough to literally be signature worthy, I think. It's gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. That's Potion by The Squared. Now, the last one, guys, I'm going to show you is probably the most obscure cinnamon fragrance I'm going to show you. This one, I didn't like it actually when I first got it. However, now it's probably my favorite cinnamon fragrance, like of up to date. You know, I go through phases, as you guys know, of liking certain fragrances, but this one is my favorite cinnamon based scent at this moment. And before I show you guys, I'm gonna get I'm gonna basically just get the review up first. I'm gonna talk to you guys, so let's do it. Quorum Silver has a very addictive cinnamon note to me. I like it a lot. Yeah, I've never tried Quorum Silver Jorge. I get my hands on it. I've heard good things about it though. I wasn't a big Aqua Quorum, so I guess that's what kind of turned me off with Quorum Silver. Even though it's a newer release, yeah, I should probably try it. I Love Uomo by Salvatore Ferragamo. Tiramisu in a bottle. Yes. That's right, it's tiramisu, not coffee. It's tiramisu. That makes sense. I like more Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo signatures with the leather coffee cypress notes. It's more masculine compared to the OG, compared to the original. Yeah, I know what you mean. I loved the original, but I remember I tried the signature version, and I have to agree, it was very, very nice. It was very nice. I thought a lot. I thought very highly of it as a new release, because I don't think highly of a lot of fragrances nowadays, but I'm slowly getting into newer releases, which is good, you know. Discontinued Fuel for Life Spirit by Diesel is a cinnamon bomb. Oh, I know, it's on my wish list, but it's just so expensive. There's hardly any available on eBay or anywhere now. It's a shame. I like the signature too, Andre. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Jorge Santa Cruz, I gotta go, Matt. Nice chat. Blessings, my friend, and to everybody. Bye to you too, Jorge. Thank you so much, my friend, for stopping by. I really appreciate that, my friend. Brian Will. Tone! I forgot about that one. I have that somewhere. It went out of circulation kind of quick. Yeah, I love it though. I'm still glad that I've got pretty much a full bottle of it. I mean, it's not too full. I've got like 80% of the juice left, so I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. So yes, I'm going to show you guys my last cinnamon fragrance. The most complex one that I own, and easily my favorite. Didn't used to like it when but I love it now. Are you guys ready for this? Give me a second. I'm basically just trying to get the perfume up on Fragrantica, but it's been a bit of a douchebag, so forgive me. I'm just going to show you guys the bottle anyway. Here we go. L'Anarchiste by Caron. Caron? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Wow. 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 Guys. You know when I was talking about Azara Pour Homme Intense? And I was talking about the complexity of it and how much of a good scent it is, basically. Well, this one smells a little bit like it, in all honesty. Well, I should say this smells like this, because this is an older fragrance. This one came out in 2000 and 2001, something like that. Just look at the bottle design, man. This bottle design. Right, centralized. I mean, the bottle design itself is a work of art. It's got like a metallic, tin-like feel to it. It's made of glass, obviously, but looking at the bottle itself, it looks like it's made of, you know, it looks like it's literally made of metal. It's really, really cool. I want my tombstone like that. Yes, great scent, the Sentient Man. Yes, it is. Yes. Steampunk alcohol flask. You got it, man. I mean, this bit looks like it twists off, but it literally just comes off like that. You get the spray there. I mean, guys, they do not make bottles like this anymore, do they? They really don't. If I saw this being released on the shelf nowadays, I'd be like, wow. I wish I was old enough back in 2000, during the release of this fragrance, to have seen it on a shelf and been like, wow, I have to get that. I mean, just, it's fantastic. It really is. Everything about it. It's got some imprint on the bottle there. Caron, made in France, 100ml. All that stuff. But the smell of it, wow, the smell. I don't even know where to spray. I'll spray here. Oh my God. Okay, so the smell of this, guys, is a masterpiece. Like, a lot of people don't use the term masterpiece. I tend to use the term a lot, but I can't be any more truthful right now than calling it a masterpiece, because that's exactly what it is. It smells exactly like the way the bottle looks. If that even makes sense to any of you, I don't even know how to explain it, but it does. It smells, it's got a metallic smell to it. Very, very unusual. Very unusual. So basically what you get in this, in terms of the notes, it's very woody, it's very aromatic, it's incredibly green, because in this you get a note of mint. A little bit like the mint in Potion. However, the mint in this one has that mentholness kind of to it. It's not like a strong menthol to the point where it's like completely that you feel like you've just stuck like 25 pieces of chewing gum in your mouth. It's not like that. It has this sweetness to it. What else is in the top there? I think it said something out. African orange flower. Wow, okay. Oh my God. I mean, guys, it's an incredible fragrance. Richard Fracey created it, who I've never heard of. But there's no doubt, it's just one of the most different cinnamon scents I've ever smelled. No doubt. Like, you don't get the cinnamon till the middle, but you can smell it straight away when you spray it. It's kind of metallic, like I said. It's like a metallic, mint, floral, woody cinnamon scent. That's all that this is. But apart from the description, it's a masterpiece. And there's nothing really like it apart from Zara Poron Intense. Apart from this, obviously has the boozy qualities, and this has the greens in it. So it's a green cinnamon scent, whereas this is the boozy cinnamon scent. So yeah, definitely my favorite because I just love how different it is, how unusual it is. It's really, really fantastic. I'm just looking at the perfumer here, Richard Fracey, and he's actually he works with Karen, which I didn't know, but he works with the company, which is cool. Really cool. Really, really cool. So yeah, guys, that's all of the fragrances I'm going to show you. Reason being, I just wanted to show you how complex the note can be, how many times you can mix it with other notes, how good basically the note is. It really is just one of those smells that makes me feel better instantly when I smell it. Like if I'm in a bad mood and I smell cinnamon, I feel instantly good, and I feel instantly energized, and I feel good, and I want to get on with my day. You know, that's how I feel. So let me know, guys, how you feel. What's your favorite cinnamon scent? Please do let me know. HM. Off topic, but can't resist asking you for an advice about a strong mono coffee fragrance beyond Demeter. Like fresh brewed coffee. Can't find anything close to it myself. I mean, yeah, it's hard to find just a normal coffee-based fragrance. I mean, there's a lot. You know, unless you want to pick up coffee and put it on your skin, that's as natural as you're going to get, isn't it? Literally, it's a real shame. It's a real shame there isn't any a fragrance with just coffee in it. Yeah, there's nothing quite as bombastic as that out there. Unless maybe if you look at Montal's Intense Cafe. I smelled that once and I thought that had a very intense coffee smell. But I know what you mean. It doesn't smell like a coffee on its own. You know, whenever you smell coffee in a fragrance, there's other notes going on in there as well, and you can't really concentrate on the one note that you want to smell. So I understand. I mean, that's why we have companies like Demeter who make fragrances, who make fragrances for just people who want to smell one note or whatnot. I mean, I know they have fragrances like Thunderstorm and Snow, which are more obscure creations, but when it comes to their natural smells like patchouli, orange, rose, you're just going to get a natural smell of that smell. You're not going to get anything else. But I do have to agree with you, HM. It is difficult to find a fragrance that is just primarily coffee based. It's very, very difficult. What I would do, in all fairness, is continue to ask around, or maybe even go on Fragrantica. Type it on Fragrantica, go to the notes, go to coffee, see what people have said, and then look at the list of all the coffee fragrances. You never know. That's what I would say, my friend. I'm sorry I'm not much help. Not sure why they changed the bottle, but now it's in line with other Karen's men's bottles. Yeah, it is. That's right, it is. This is the original design, of course. I wanted it in the original design because, I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, I just love this as well. I forgot to show you. It lets you know how much is actually in the bottle. So, because you can't see anyway, but this bit lets you know. It's really cool. But yeah, it's a real shame that the bottle designs have changed for Karen now. I know what you mean. It's a real shame. HM, try LPDO Super B Cafe, a clone of Cafe, or just buy coffee essence oil. That's a great answer. That's a really, really good idea. Couldn't have replied better. Ice Hole. Sorry, that's one I just read. HM. Demeter closed their boutique in my town, so I don't have a chance to smell them. Only blind buy now. Yeah, I mean, I only ever used to really blind buy them as well. I mean, Boots, which is a store here in the UK, occasionally sell, only have certain kinds like, you know, musk and whatnot, all the usual smells. If you go on eBay, you'll come across more obscure Demeter scents, more of their gourmand scents and more oriental scents and that. Like Funeral Home. Like they actually have a fragrance called Funeral Home that smells like a funeral home. I mean, what's a funeral home smell like? I would imagine a funeral home to smell like pretty much any other working space that you go into, like an office space. Very strange to me there, very strange. But whatever. I would love to know where they get the ideas from. You know what? I'm going to show you guys one more cinnamon scent. I overlooked this fragrance for being a cinnamon fragrance because I used to find it very heavy on the vanilla and the patchouli. I mean, it is a bit heavy patchouli scent, but I used to find it very heavy on mainly the vanilla. But looking back, it is vanilla, but it's not that much vanilla. There's mainly cinnamon, and I thought I'd show you guys what it is, and it is Balenciaga Pour Homme. Class in a Bottle from 1990. Gerard Anthony. Beautiful stuff. I've shown this a lot in my videos. I've talked about it a lot, as you guys know, for a good reason. For a really good reason, in fact, because it's quality juice. They don't make men's fragrances like this anymore in terms of their lasting power and whatnot. This one is definitely the strongest fragrance out of all of the fragrances that I've shown you here. So that's including Wanted by Night, Obsession for Men, Witness, Tone Indeterminate, including all of these fragrances. This one's just, wow. It blows all of these ones off the shelf. Basically a smoky, patchouli, mossy, cinnamon, baked cinnamon kind of scent. Like, it kind of smells like cinnamon glaze with a patchouli undertone and some greens like moss and whatnot. It's just gorgeous. Was once a signature scent of mine, but I wore it so much to the point where I've only got like half a bottle and I didn't realize it. And because this fragrance is so rare, I've literally had to cancel out on it. Not for the reason that I don't like it, but just because of the fact that I'm running low. That's a bit of a shame because, yeah, it's a 30 ml, but sorry about that happened. But yeah, guys, have you tried any cinnamon good? Yeah, I have one here actually. Where is it? Where's it at? Oh, there it is. A Demeter fragrance with a nice cinnamon note in it is this one right here, and this is Christmas in New York. Guess I can see why no one's talking about it, expecting just cinnamon with maybe this. But it's still a good smell, don't get me wrong. When you spray this, it lasts for a Demeter scent as well. Like this one on me, I get about 14, 15 hours out of it. And that's not even a joke, guys. I think it's because of that cupcake smell that it has. It just smells naturally, like, strong, you know what I mean? There's a lot of notes in this fragrance, like so much, but I'm not going to talk about all of them. Like it has cinnamon. It's also got like mulled wine is in there as well. Uh, it's got I think it's got like graham crackers, like graham cracker crusts and whatnot. So yeah, whether or not this is up your alley or not, I don't know. But in terms of like any good fragrances by Demeter, I haven't come across any good cinnamon ones. I guess I will eventually. Givenchy Plain Tints was a fantastic coffee fragrance, sadly discontinued. That is a shame. I like coffee. We'll have to talk about coffee in another live stream. All Demeter colognes have terrible performance. Tested it in store. It's gone after 30 minutes. Yeah, it depends. It depends on which smell. If you look at more their natural based scents, then yeah, you're only going to get about 30 minutes. It's a real shame. I always thought that Balenciaga must be somewhat similar to Terre Lapidus Pour Homme. Just design vibe, nothing special. Design vice, nothing special vice, probably. Well, I think it's... yeah, they do share a similar... They're in the same genre, no doubt about it. Terre Lapidus Pour Homme and Balenciaga are definitely in the same genre because they both feature honey, they both feature patchouli, they both have... what else do they have in? Rose. They both feature a lot of similar notes, basically. Oak moss is another one of them. So I guess that's why. I guess that's why people compare the two. Not just because of the way the bottle designs. I mean, if you look at the 100ml bottle design of Balenciaga Pour Homme, built in spray, and if you look at Lapidus Pour Homme, they do look similar. I mean, yeah, I can see why. Maybe Balenciaga were inspired by Lapidus Pour Homme. I don't know. Maybe they were. Because Lapidus Pour Homme is a great classy man's fragrance. Classic as well. But for coffee, Gallagher Cafe and the Montal for sure. Yeah, I need to try, is that Gallagher Perfumes? Is that what it's called? Gallagher Perfumes? I think it's a house. I could be wrong. Demeter fragrance is primarily bright. This which really projects, but again, it has a bit of a sickly vibe about it, which you can easily get sick of, and I kind of am a little bit, but it's still a nice fragrance. I love Terre Lapidus Pour Homme. It's Matt's fault. Well, I'm glad you like it, my friend. I mean, I blame Fragrantica, if anything, because I remember seeing it on Fragrantica, the picture of it. Sorry, on Base Notes. I remember coming across it on Base Notes many years ago, and I just remember seeing the bottle, and I was like, wow, that bottle looks cool. I need this fragrance, and I went on eBay, and it was cheap, and I got a bottle of it, and after smelling it, I was like, wow, okay. So yeah, that was my experience with getting that scent, and I'm really glad you like it, Centralize. Sorry guys, having a bit of problems with the stream. It keeps on disconnecting. I found old TV out. I found an old TV ad out for it the other day. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I've never seen an ad for Lapidus Pour Homme. HM. Your stream made me overspray. My bad, mate. My bad. I'm the same. Whenever I watch other people on live streams, I'm just the same. I'm always overspraying. It really depends on if I have the fragrance, though, And obviously, you must have a few that I own, which is cool, my friend. Very cool. But yes, guys, I just want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you. Like, you guys are awesome. You guys are the reason why I do these live streams, of course. You guys make it interesting for me as much as I might make it interesting for you. I mean, you guys, I've been on here for almost 2 hours right now, and you guys have kept me going and kept me talking, and I really appreciate it, basically. So, yeah, thank you so much, guys, for allowing me basically back into your lives. Because I know it's been a long time since I did a video and whatnot. Basically, it had been a year, man, since I did a video on my channel, and I don't know. I'm just very grateful the fact that you guys have continued to stay and to view my channel. It really means a lot. So thanks everyone. Thank you. And I hope that you've enjoyed this live stream. And I hope you guys are smelling fantastic. Even if you have oversprayed, you cannot complain with overspraying, especially if you smell good. So thank you all so much, guys. You're really, really fantastic human beings. Stay safe and have a fantastic night. If you guys are struggling, just remember, we're all in this together. We're all feeling low. I get it. I know how shitty it is. We're all feeling crap together. But we're all in this together, guys. So hang in there and keep smelling good. And I'll see you all probably when I release my next video. I'm trying to think that will be. Because I've said a few times that I'm going to release one and I haven't. Oh, my problem, guys. My fault, I should say. I always do that. Yeah, I'll probably review one probably tomorrow in my new decorated room during the day. So that'll be good. So stay tuned, guys, and I will see you all in the next review. I will see you all in the next review. Look after yourselves and have a good night. Bye-bye, everyone. Trying to finish the live stream.